Welcome to New Day Federal Way. I'm Kathy Arndt. On today's show, we'll take you to the construction groundbreaking ceremony of the Performing Arts and Events Center. In October, hundreds turned out to help the city celebrate this historic event. The ceremony drew a large crowd of supporters anxious for the project to get underway. The Performing Arts and Events Center will be the anchor of the Downtown Federal Way redevelopment project, serving as a catalyst for tourism and economic development throughout the South Puget Sound.
The Federal Way Performing Arts and Events Center has been discussed literally for decades. As we break ground on this transformational project, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge all of the hard work that led to this day. From our elected leaders to city staff, from the Federal Way Coalition of the Performing Arts, countless hours and effort have been spent to make this day a reality. We're going to hear from some very special people today, and then we'll head over to the dirt over there and take part in the ceremonial groundbreaking. But first, we have a very special performance for you by the Muckleshoot Canoe Drummers. As many of you know, we're partnering with the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe on the Native American Culinary School to be located here in the PAEC.
My name is William Bill Jr. I'm an enrolled member of the Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, and I'm the cultural director for the tribe and one of the leaders of the canoe family. So we brought some of the young men out here today. I know some of my bosses are here. Is Louie here? Val, where are you guys at? All right. And so we really want to thank this partnership, and I know the mayor's been working hard with our council members and so forth about some future projects with the site and so forth. But we always take great pride when invited to participate in these things, and traditionally this is how we would do this, is participate as you all live on our traditional homelands that we ceded in the 1850s for our little bit of reservation that we have now out in South King County. But we also want to know the strength and partnership as we move forward. As we are now the second largest employer in South King County, we have resources there to put into these things and so forth. And in a very short time span, we've flipped from a very, very poverty-stricken nation to now a powerhouse in this area, and we're looking forward to these partnerships and so forth. So we sing a song that comes from our people, one of our elders written. It talks about the strength and happiness of our people, and as you do this important work today, we want to thank you again for this invitation as we partner for the future. Osium. Big round of applause. Thank you, guys. That was amazing. You know, our next speaker is my friend, my mentor, but he's really one of the key people in this community that have brought so many amenities here. We're actually standing on Pete Von Reichbauer Way, so it's altogether appropriate to hear from the man himself. Let's give a big Federal Way welcome to our very own Pete Von Reichbauer.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, members of the Federal Way City Council. It's a great honor to have the Muckleshoots here today because I've worked with Virginia Cross and the other leaders of the Tribal Council, and I was hoping that they would bring some of the money I've lost at the Muckleshoot Casino with them. You know, it's really appropriate. This year is the 25th anniversary of the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center. And just as Tracy was in the state senate, I was in the state senate when they came to us and said we're going to celebrate the 1990 Goodwill Games and we need to put state money into projects around the region. And they talked about putting the swimming pool either in Tacoma or Seattle. And just like this group, we didn't just say no, we gave them an alternative. We worked with the Weyerhaeuser company at the time, George H. Weyerhaeuser, and the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center is now celebrating its 25th anniversary in Federal Way. Again, it's important to recognize that we just can't just say no. We find a ways to make lemonade out of lemons. This process has been a long one for many officials, both at the state, county, and city level. But the success today of this turnout, Mayor Farrell, and the success of this picture over here is a reflection, quite frankly, of the hard work of thousands of people, many of whom are here today, and I'm glad so many are here joining us. My role is to recognize that this is not just the city of Federal Way. Dave Kaplan, the mayor of Des Moines, is here. He's here because he knows that people in Des Moines are going to use this regional performing arts center. I'm here working with For Culture and other county-wide organizations to get funding because this is not just a Federal Way project. This is a regional asset, and we are very fortunate to have it here in Federal Way, just as we are lucky to have the Aquatic Center here in Federal Way. I want to join my colleagues at the state level, the two state representatives now who are here and state senator. I want to thank my friends at the county level, both Dow Constantine and Dave Ockergrove, who appeared before the Federal Way City Council last week, to commit ourselves to making sure that we have the resources, not just to build this facility, but to operate it. And I want to thank again so many individuals. If I mention one, I'm afraid I would forget some names, but there's a lady at the end, Joanne Paquette. Joe Fain pointed out that everybody on this dais has their first name begins with a J, except for me. So I'm going to take this turn to recognize her. You know, it does take a squeaky spring to get the oil. Now, she has been a positive squeaky spring. She has been an individual who has relentlessly made this a mission, not just for herself, not for her late great husband, who was a longtime Kwangyan, but quite frankly for her children and grandchildren, and for the children and grandchildren of all of us. Joanne, you are an inspiration. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Senate Majority Floor Leader Joe Fain. And you know, I would just want to say that Senator Fain was so helpful. I've known him for years and years, but he was so helpful in this process. And you know, we had an ask in Olympia, and as Senator Eide knows, an ask in Olympia means you go door to door and beg for money. And we did that. We've done that consistently. And one of the key factors in our success in these sessions, just in the past few years, has been Senator Fain. So let's give him a big round of applause for his help in getting us our ask.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I also want to thank Joanne. I quite literally would not be here today without her help, because we were at the football game on Saturday, the Husky game, and she asked me, "Are you coming to the groundbreaking?" And I'm like, "What? Huh?" Pull out my phone and didn't have it on there, but she put me straight, and I know that what we're doing here today will turn out so much better than what happened on Saturday. Oh! Man, I don't know. Tracy, can we take that money back now? You know, I also want to thank Senator Eide. Her absence in Olympia has left a giant hole, not just in how the operations of the chamber. She did such a remarkable job, but personally, I want to say it's left a hole. She was a dear friend of mine working down there, and I'm so excited to see you here today. And thank you for your help on this project. The mayor started out by recognizing that this is Back to the Future Day, and I think that's pretty appropriate. And there's a favorite quote that I had from that movie. Your future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. And I think it's important to note that that's probably, for today's purposes, needs a little bit of tweaking, because it's not just your own personal future that you're building today. The future that we're building today here in Federal Way, quite really, it's going to be the future for that 10-year-old girl that's going to come here and hear a symphony for the first time, and then have a lifelong love of classical music. It's going to be the restaurateur that, because of the business that's going to be coming to this town, is going to be able to expand and going to be able to thrive and be able to hire new employees. It's going to be that family or that business owner that's going to now make Federal Way their home, because it's more than just a waypoint on Interstate 5. It's become a real community and a real destination. It's also had a lot of challenges to get here today, and a lot that lay ahead. And we talked a little bit about those already, and some of those are financial. I know it's a little weird to maybe talk about those financial challenges here today and the dollars and cents of a project, because it's been such a part of the city dialogue lately, but I think it's appropriate, because we have to commit ourselves to making sure that this is a financial success, but we also have to realize that our lives aren't measured in dollars and cents. Our community's changed quite dramatically since Doc and Marty visited later this afternoon 30 years ago. I think that's right. You know, we're more culturally diverse, religiously diverse. We are certainly more economically diverse. And I'm personally excited about not having to drive for an hour and pay $30 to park to hear world-class entertainment. But I'll tell you, I'm a lot more proud of the fact that there are going to be people and communities and individuals that have never once imagined being able to hear the music that this project is going to be able to bring to them and to their families. Because of that, I think that we should be very, very proud of the future that we are building here today. Because our future is whatever we make of it. So let's make it a good one.
When I think of our next speaker, I think steady, graceful, diplomatic, respectful, and kind. Our next speaker embodies all of those qualities and many more. Federal Way is a better place because of her service. Deputy Mayor Jean Burbidge.
What an extraordinary day. This Performing Arts and Event Center is truly the culmination of a dream, the desire of so many for so long. Necessity has met that desire. It is no longer simply a wished for and valued prize, but the realization has come that it is truly a very needed element in our city. The PAEC will be truly more than a building. It will be a place to connect the community across all economic levels and feature festivals celebrating our diverse cultures. It will enhance commerce as well, with conferences, seminars, and just as more than 100,000 nonprofit arts and culture organizations in our country act as economic drivers, supporting jobs, generating government revenue, and forming a cornerstone of the tourism industry. The PAEC will serve to strengthen our economy. It will allow the arts to do what they do so well, providing energy, spirit, and excitement as our local performing groups bring their performers, additionally interspersed with artists from near and far. This facility will provide educational enrichment for our young people. The arts teach essential skills such as collaboration and critical thinking, and foster creativity, along with being a tool for teaching and learning all the core subjects. The Performing Arts and Event Center will animate the environment during the day and the evening, greatly improving the quality of life in Federal Way, increasing local pride, and creating a more vibrant community. It will become a treasured and valued favorite place, giving Federal Way a new identity, sparking increased redevelopment. I wanted to express my personal gratitude and appreciation to all who have been courageous and dedicated to this long effort. Community volunteers, performers, so many elected leaders, our outstanding city staff. I appreciate you all so much. Indeed, we are building community. As Teddy Roosevelt stated in 1901, far and away the best prize life has to offer is to work hard at work worth doing. And now, it is my privilege to introduce an absolute major performer who has had a starring role throughout this whole process, Joanne Paquette, the president of the Coalition of the Performing Arts.
Thank you so much. Just the turnout today tells us immediately what a success this is going to be. Now, I've never been called a squeaky spring before, but I love it. So, anyway, this is really a day to celebrate. And celebrating this positive impact that we'll have on our city, but especially all the people who have believed in this for so many years. So thanks to everyone here. Federal Way's image is about to change for the better. I thought about writing this whole message using song titles, and I would have started with what the Coalition's idea was at first considered by others, the impossible dream. But now it's this could be the start of something big. And now it's celebration time. Come on. Thank you.
You know, in thinking about what to say on this historic day, I really thought about two quotes that I really like, both of them also from Teddy Roosevelt. The first is, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground.
And I truly believe that the passion of that debate was driven by a love of community and a desire to do what each side of the issue thought was fundamentally best for this community. The second quote from TR is, believe you can, and you are halfway there. Well, many believed, but the half that was missing was objective financial analysis. And what we were able to get from the Blue Ribbon panel was that analysis to make this day possible. Could I please see a raise of hands for the folks on the Blue Ribbon panel that are here? Let's give them a big round of applause. You know, I think we all understood the transformative nature of what the Performing Arts and Event Center could be and how much it could do for our country, for our city. And I think that as we move forward, we'll look back on that report as really a turning point in the history of this community. So thank you so much again for your work. There's still much work to do. There's still much work that is going to be done. But as we watch this building, this glass structure, this thing rise up for the ground, we're going to feel like we're reaching for the stars. But we're really, at this point, really starting something that's going to be historic, laying a cornerstone for the future of this community. We're literally making history. So before we reach for the stars, let's dig into some dirt. You guys ready?
a great ceremony that was. There is so much excitement in the community about the Event Center, and construction is now underway. To see more from the ceremony, visit our Facebook page. You can also stay up to date on the Event Center's progress on our webpage and right here on Channel 21. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed being a part of this important event. I'm Kathy Arndt, and we'll see you next time on New Day Federal Way.